Hey everybody, Colin here. Wanted to give you this quick tutorial of one of my favorite exchanges, and that is Binance. Binance is huge. It has incredible trading volume. Volume is a very good thing when you're looking at exchanges because when you're putting in orders, especially very large ones, you want to be on an exchange and trading with a currency pair that has a high volume. So that means that you're not going to get stuck with a particular coin or cryptocurrency that you're trying to sell um, at at your desired levels, right? You're not going to get stuck with a coin, um, that you can't sell because you're on an exchange that has high trading volume. That's very important. So Binance is one of those. Wanted to give you a quick walkthrough here. Go ahead and click on the link. Create a free account if you haven't yet with Binance. Go ahead and sign up in the link that I provided for you. In the description of this video. So here's when you log in here. Here's kind of what you see. You can see what's going on here. This is BTC as in Bitcoin market, so all of the different coins or tokens that you can trade for Bitcoin and vice versa, you see here in Bitcoin markets. This button here says Ethereum market, so you can see a list here of all of the different coins that you can trade for Ethereum. Okay, now if there are any that you want to have as favorites, you can put a star beside them. So in this case, for example, I'll put BNB, which is Binance coin. I think it's a very good investment, basically because you know the exchange is going to do well. The company makes money off of every single trade that happens on an exchange. So investing in the coins of the exchanges themselves, I always think is a good buy. I remember when Binance coin was like $3. Here it is now at $15. Even throughout the huge crash and stuff like that, Binance held up. Binance coin held up very well. So as you choose particular coins that you really want to watch, that you can pull up very quickly, you just click on the little star. That's how you put it to your favorites. USDT market, so these are all if you like to trade back and forth with USD Tether. Now if I ever want to see my favorites, I just click over here and see it just keeps a record, so it's very easy for me to see how a particular coin is doing. That's why you want to tag something as your favorites. Okay, now up here you'll see funds and you can go to balances, right? So balances, normally this is where you come when you want to deposit or trade something, or of course you just want to check your balances. So right now you can see the different coins that I have there, normally listed from highest to lowest. So whatever coins that you have some of, in this case you can see what's going on, and it gives you your total estimated value at this point in time, based on your coins. And so if you want to deposit to a particular coin, right? Let's say I'm looking to make an Ethereum deposit. I'll just come right here and I'll type in ETH, right? You always have to remember to use the proper ticker. And it will tell you here anyway, you'll see Ethereum, right? Not to be confused with Ethereum Classic. Ethereum. So if I want to deposit to my Ethereum address, I'll move over here to deposit and I'll click on the deposit button, and then it'll give me the address that I need to send the Ethereum to. Okay, so it has to be exact. So you can either show the QR code, if somebody says, hey, send me your QR code so I can just scan it and send it to it, or you can copy that address and then paste it and send it off. Okay, so that's how you make a deposit. And similarly, that's how you would make your withdrawals as well, right? Just go ahead and search for whatever coin you have, and right beside it you can click on withdraw, and same thing, it'll ask you what address do you want to send this to, right? It'll say where do you want to send this to, so I would have to paste, in this case, my Encash address that I'm trying to send this coin to. I can choose how much of it I want to send and then go ahead and click submit. Okay, so very, very simple. And now we also go to trading. Okay, so of course this is one of the main things that you want to learn how to do. It's trade. So look at a particular currency pair that you have that you want to trade. Okay, let's see. So let's say it was Nano for example, and I go ahead and click on the trade button. Now when I click that, it gives me three options. It'll basically give you the options of what markets you can actually trade it with. So you can trade this. In this case, you can trade it for Binance coins. You can exchange for that. You can trade it for Bitcoin, or you can trade it for Ethereum. So you choose whatever market you want to actually use, and that will actually bring up that chart at that point in time. So here's a very simple example of the chart, right? So as you can see, you can switch it here. Right now it's on the 1 hour chart. So if I want to change it to the 12 hour, if I want to change it to a 1 day chart, a weekly chart, okay. Nano is a great buy right now, by the way. I mean, whew, it is a great buy right now. So let's just say I go back to a 4 hour view, okay. Now down here in red are basically all of the sell orders. Green are the buy orders, and you have a couple options over here, okay. So well, of course right now my Nano, it says 0 because I have an open order right now, okay. So let me just go ahead and cancel that, okay. So in this case now you see, okay, I have 111 Nano. So if I want to sell my Nano right now, right, I can sell a portion. It makes it easy for you to say, you know what, because Nano has gone up, I'm going to basically take profits bit by bit as it continues to go higher. So let's say I wanted to sell 50% of my Nano right now. I could just click on 50%. It'll calculate that for me at the current rate, and I click sell Nano. It'll put in a sell order, okay? So it doesn't execute right away. This says limit. Limit means it's an order that you're placing. So only when somebody else agrees to buy at the price that you're selling for, that's when your order will be fulfilled. It's the same thing if you put a limit buy order. It will go inside this queue, and only when somebody agrees to sell at the price you want to buy it for, that's when your order will be executed. But if you, let's just say for some reason you want to say, I just want to get this coin right now, I don't want to wait, I think it's great, I don't want to take the risk of it going up any higher at this point, so you click on market. So market means you want to execute this trade right now. I want these coins right now. And if you do that, so if I wanted to sell my Nano right now, I could say, okay, I want to sell 100% of my Nano right now, okay. So it'll just automatically populate that for me, and I just click sell Nano, and what it will do, it'll go into all of the buy orders, and it will choose, of course, the highest buyers first, right? And it'll execute all of the top orders as quickly as possible until it has sold all of the Nano that I want to let go, okay. So it'll take all of the highest buy orders and it'll execute that for you right away. Same thing if I wanted to buy it, and I just said, hey, you know what, how much do you want to buy? But if I click in here right now, it tells me based on the amount of Ethereum I have, which is not much, it says the maximum Nano you can buy right now is 0.04 based on your current balance. So when, of course, I make a deposit and I put more Ethereum, if I want to buy more Nano, it'll tell me how much Nano I can buy right now. So I can say, hey, you know what, I want to use 50% of my Ethereum, of my balance, I want to use 100% of my balance. It will automatically calculate how much I can get right now, and then I just click the buy button, okay. And then of course the stop limit, which I'll probably do a separate video for, but this is basically something called a stop loss, right? So if you want to, let's say I just purchased Nano because I'm expecting it to go up, but I have a limit, and I say, you know what, if it goes beyond a certain point, then I know it's going to go down even more significantly, and I don't want to take those kinds of losses, or I don't want to be stuck in that trade for that long. So what you do here is, this is something called a stop loss, okay? So I can say, all right, if Nano reaches this particular price, so let's say right now it's 0.005397. So I say, okay, if it reaches 0.0050, okay, so if it reaches that low, it's at 5397. So if it goes down to 5000, if it goes down there, then hey, I just want to sell my Nano and convert it back to Ethereum because it's probably heading down a lot further, right? So let's say the lowest point it went to was 5125. So I say, man, if it goes down to 5000, then it's going to go down a lot further. So you know what? I want to sell. I might not be looking at the charts right then when it happens. So you can put this kind of, it's kind of a safety, right? Or a fail safe, sorry, that you can set in case you're not watching the markets at the time. So if this happens and it goes down to 0.005, then limit is what do you want to sell it for? So usually if it goes down to that level, you probably want to sell it just a little bit less so that you can get into the trade very quickly. So I'll say 0.004995. Okay, might be a little bit close. Say 4900. Okay, so if it reaches down to 50, hey, this thing is going to go down even further. So I want you to go ahead and sell all of the Nano that I have. And sell it at that price. How much of your Nano do you want to sell? 100%. I want to sell all of my Nano if it reaches this price. So that's what a stop loss does for you. Okay, so anytime you get into a trade, like I said, especially if it's not a long-term trade that you're dealing with, maybe it's a swing trade, maybe it's a trade that you plan on being in for like a week or two, then you can set these stop losses that in case the market moves a bit too far against you, you know what, it's better to come out with a 5 or maybe a 5% loss or 10% loss than for it to go down 20-30%, right? Or even 20%, 30% or beyond sometimes, depending on what's happening in the market. So that stop loss will protect you from those types of losses, and that's how you actually set your stop loss. It would be the very same way for buying, right? And I say, okay, if it actually does move down to a certain price, let's say it comes down to 0.0045, if it goes all the way down there, then I want to buy some Nano, okay? So I want to buy it at 0.00451. So it's come down to a certain price. I want to buy it just a tad bit above, which will incentivize people to sell it to me. How much do I want to buy with however much Ethereum that I have? So with this same balance, I can get 0.05 Nano, okay? And then I'll click buy, and it will actually, set those orders in place for me. So very important. That's how you set a stop loss. Market means you want to convert it. You want to buy or sell it right now for the best price that you can get. And then limit is, of course, where you want to buy it at or where you want to sell it at. Okay. 8. Okay, so I'm trying to remember what my previous price was now. I got to set that back now. All right, so I'll go ahead and set it back after this video because I got to double check my charts. So right, so that's how you operate. That's how you use the trading section right there, okay? And of course, right over here, same thing. If you want to switch between BTC, right? If you want to switch over to BTC, this is Ethereum markets. If you want to just move over to another coin to take a look at another coin, BNB markets. So that's just a shortcut right here. Okay, so this is the chart. This is where you can make your trades. This down here is your current orders that are open. So I have sell limits already placed with all of these coins. Okay, so that's where you can always see a list of your open orders, and all of the buy orders are here. All of the sell orders are over here. All right, so those are pretty much the main things that you want to look at in terms of just getting yourself oriented with Binance. Go ahead and create an account, guys. It's for free and it has high trading volume. They always have lots of great competitions and stuff like that. So go ahead and get signed up. And when you get signed up as well, just go over to the affiliate section, and you can also earn for referring others to Binance as well. It certainly doesn't hurt. It costs nothing for that person to sign up. So it's a win-win situation. Okay, guys, take care.